Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Indian Express analysis of 4th of September. Let's begin with the analysis. Aditya, another update on Aditya. A day after its launch, the Aditya spacecraft, the country's first mission to study the sun, ISRO carried out the first orbit raising maneuverings on Sunday, stating that satellite is healthy and operating nominally. It's okay, it's a green signal for the mission. Okay, these articles are not that important, so just leave it there. This is the article editorial talk with the Prime Minister. PTI's editor in chief Vijay Joshi and senior editors taken this interview. Just days left for the summit. Please share your thoughts and achievements of the Indian presidency. The genesis of G20 was at the end of last century. The major economies of the world got together with a vision of collective and coordinated response to economic crisis. Its resilience grew even more during the global economic crisis in the first decade of 21st century. But when the pandemic struck, the world understood that in addition to the economic challenges, there were also other important and immediate challenges impacting humanity. By this time, the world was already taking note of India's human centric model of development. Whether it was economic growth, technological progress, institution delivery, or social infrastructure, they were all being taken to the last mile, ensuring none was left behind. There was greater awareness of these massive strides being taken by India. It was acknowledged that the country which used to be seen as just as a large market had become a part of solutions to the global challenges. Looking at India's experience, it was recognized that the human centric approach works even during a crisis. India's response to pandemic through a clear and coordinated approach, direct assistance to most vulnerable using technology, coming up with vaccines and running the world's largest vaccine drive, and sharing medicines and vaccines with nearly 150 countries were noted and well appreciated. India supposed the making the African Union as a permanent member of G20 एज देखिए हमने भी पढ़ा था पुरानी न्यूज़ में कि G20 को भी एक्सपैंड करने के लिए और उसको बड़ा ब्रॉड एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनाने का प्रयास करा जा रहा है. अभी ब्रिक्स में तो ऐड ही करा ही गया था आपका. ओके ये पढ़ लीजिएगा, मैंने जितना थोड़ा सा आपको आईडी दे दिया. इसमें क्या दे रखा है? This is the sport a farmer runs with the bulls during the Nangrani festival, a bull racing event in Maharashtra. We have covered it in the website, so you can just visit the website and know about it in detail. SEBI, it's an article regarding the Adani Group investigations. Not that important. I have still highlighted it for you. You can pause it and read this article. Leave this article. A climate question for G20. Chandrayaan 3 successful landing on the moon and this quarter's GDP growth of 7.8% will bolster India's image on upcoming G20 final meetings. India can showcase not only scientific prowess in space technology but also management of its economy, which looks set to clock the highest growth rate among the G20 countries for two successive years. This will surely be lauded by many, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is likely to be announced India's emergence on the global stage during the Amrit Kal up to 2047, making science and economy delivering to humanity at large under the philosophy of Vasudeva Kutumbakam. The question अब जो यहाँ पे आपके जो राइटर कहना के चाह रहे हैं, how can India with its G20 presidency walk the talk to benefit the masses in the global south for whom food and nutrition security is still a challenge? हम जानते हैं कि फूड और न्यूट्रिशन सिक्योरिटी आज भी चैलेंज है। तो कैसे इंडिया G20 फोरम का इस्तेमाल करके जो जितनी भी ग्लोबल साउथ वाली कंट्रीज़ हैं, जितनी भी ग्लोबल साउथ वाली कंट्रीज़ हैं, सॉल्यूशन देने में काम कर पाएगा, कैसे करेगा? According to outcome document and chair summary of the agriculture working group G20, the Deccan high level principles are one facilitate one पहला जो है facilitate humanitarian assistance to countries and population in the vulnerable situations, enhance availability and access to nutrition, food and food safety nets, strengthen policies and collaborative actions for climate resilient and sustainable agriculture, and four, strengthen the resilience and inclusivity in agriculture food value chains. Fifth, promote one health approach. Sixth, accelerate innovation and use of digital technology. And seven, scale up responsible public and private investment in agriculture. These are steps in the right direction. However, implementing these principles in time bound manner remains a challenge. Where will the funding come to achieve all these objectives? In any case, the AWG of G20 highlighted in priority areas to encourage diversification in agriculture. है ना, एग्रीकल्चर में हमको डाइवर्सिफाई करना पड़ेगा, सस्टेनेबल एग्रीकल्चर प्रमोट करना पड़ेगा और फाइनेंशियली भी हमें सपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा. If India can demonstrate the application of precision technology in space with Chandrayaan 3 by spending a fraction of cost that the US would incur for the same feat, why can't the country use the same principle to develop technologies to help farmers overcome challenges of extreme weather events? है ना, जानते हैं कि फार्मर्स को भी देखिए सूखा पड़ जाना, बहुत सारी बारिश हो जाना, क्या हम तकनीक के माध्यम से इन चीज़ों का असर कम नहीं कर सकते हैं? ठीक है. Establishment of standardized agriculture data platforms as digital public goods and harnessing novel digital technologies to revolutionize the agri-food sector. Sensor-equipped drips, drones and low earth orbits for instance can be used in agriculture to get more farm or less. मतलब टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से हम कैसे बढ़िया कर सकते हैं. The ICAR scientists have already demonstrated that even basic staple crops such as wheat, rice, maize and millet can be biofortified with the enhanced iron. देखो biofortification क्या होता है? बायो फोर्टिफिकेशन, बायो फोर्टिफिकेशन होता है न्यूट्रिशंस को एनहेंस कर देना. उस पर्टिकुलर क्रॉप में जो न्यूट्रिशन होते हैं उनको अलग से ऐड करके एनहेंस कर देना, बायो फोर्टिफिकेशन कहलाता है. ठीक है. द आईकार हैज़ क्रिएटेड 87 वेराइटीज ऑफ क्लाइमेट रेसिलेंट, रेसिस्टेंट एंड न्यूट्रिशियस क्रॉप्स. ये हैं आपकी वीट वगैरह की. However, dissemination of this research to the global south is equally important for India. In India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has released a zinc-rich rice and wheat which can be shared with countries of global south. ठीक है, इतना ही इसमें कैसे हम G20 के फोरम से एग्रीकल्चर को, प्रोडक्शन को, फूड सिक्योरिटी को, हम कैसे फूड सिक्योरिटी को, न्यूट्रिशन सिक्योरिटी को, जितनी भी ग्लोबल साउथ वाली कंट्रीज़ हैं सिक्योर करने में मदद कर सकते हैं. Transition without a playbook, shifting away from the fossil fuels will require mediating domestic and international conflicts, facilitating the global cooperation. ये आर्टिकल बेसिकली ग्रीन फ्यूल को लेके है. ग्रीन एनर्जी ट्रांजिशन. The green energy transition no doubt complex. How else can one categorize the effort to shift a 100 trillion global economy built on fossil fuels? ठीक है. Industrial and transportation system must be electrified through green energy. Technological advancement must bring down the cost of generation and storage infra must be upgraded, and innovating financing mechanisms developed to finance this upgradation. ठीक है. Why then do I think these answers are not good enough? The reason is that essentially technocratic solutions lay out the roadmap. They do not guarantee movement, at least not the pace required to keep global temperature from rising above 2 degrees Celsius. related to pre-industrial levels, not to speak of the 1.5 degrees Celsius limit agreed by the global community of COP21. Where it is framed the green energy transition. 1. It is taking place at a time when the energy order has fragmented. Global leaders remind each other that climate change recognizes no national borders. क्लाइमेट चेंज जो है वो कोई देश देख के नहीं आता है, सबके ऊपर बराबर पड़ने वाला है. ठीक है. मैनी गवर्नमेंट्स आर इंसेंटिवाइजिंग इन्वेस्टर्स टू क्रिएट ग्रीन एनर्जी कैपेसिटी. बहुत सरकारें कह रही हैं भैया ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजी पे काम करिए, ग्रीन सोलर पे काम करिए, हाइड्रोजन फ्यूल पे काम करिए, कुछ भी करके क्लाइमेट चेंज हमें कम रखना है. द इन्फ्लेशन रिडक्शन एक्ट इनेक्टेड बाय द यूएस में जो प्रयास करा गया था इन्वेस्टमेंट्स को लेके, उसका जिक्र कर रहे हैं. द वैल्यू ऑफ टैक्स क्रेडिट सब्सिडीज गारंटीज एंड ग्रांट्स ऑन ऑफर्स अंडर द एक्ट $65 बिलियन. जो इन्फ्लेशन वाला एक्ट था उसमें जो $365 की बात करी है. द मोस्ट जेनरस ग्रीन एनर्जी पैकेज एवर लेजिस्लेटेड. मतलब कि अगर ये कोई भी इस सेक्टर में इस पे काम करेगा, कोई टेक्नोलॉजी इनोवेशन करना चाहता है तो गवर्नमेंट बूस्ट करेगी इस प्रोडक्शन पैकेज के साथ. यूरोप has also put place a similar set of incentives, albeit less generous, and the production link incentive scheme in India is cut from the similar mold. It has distributional consequences. The transition will not be socially neutral. There will be winners and losers. There will be, for instances, less need for coal miners and oil riggers, and more for engineers who can install and maintain solar modules. अच्छी बात है, ये पढ़ लीजिएगा, कुछ खास नहीं. A new curtain has been drawn between China and the West. This curtain is not made of iron. It contains lithium, nickel, cobalt, and copper, and is studded with chips. I have written before the rise of new centers of energy power with China in pole in position in supply of minerals essential for the transition, and the West in control of the levers of sophisticated technology and equipment. The energy transition has to be accelerated. On that, there is no debate, but there is no playbook regarding the process. One has to be created. Institutions have to be built that facilitate global cooperation, skill development, and technology transfer, and also enable the mediation of the domestic and international conflicts that have been inevitably aroused. Were that to happen, I would not think of Mencken every time I reflect on the green transition. ग्रीन ट्रांजिशन बहुत ज़रूरी है क्लाइमेट चेंज को एड्रेस करने के लिए. फिर से कोरोना वायरस के वेरिएंट को लेके है, ये ज़रूरी नहीं है. पिरोला वेरिएंट जो ये सब खबरें आती रहेंगी आपको, ठीक है, ये बिल्कुल भी ज़रूरी नहीं है. एर्दोगान मीट्स पुतिन टू रिवाइव यूक्रेन ग्रीन डील. The meeting of Sochi on Russia's southern coast comes after the weeks of speculation about when and where the two leaders might meet. The deal brokered the United Nations, जो आपकी deal है basically, and Turkey in July 22 have allowed nearly 13 million metric tons of grain and other commodities to leave 3 Ukrainian ports safely. Despite Russia's war, however, Russia has pulled out that after claiming that a parallel deal promising to remove obstacles to Russia exports of food and fertilizers hadn't been honored. मतलब रशिया ने ये भी कहा भाई जो हमारे आपने बैन्स लगाए हुए हैं, जो ऑब्स्टिकल लगाए हैं, उनको तो आपने हटाया नहीं है, उसे तो आज तक कंसीडर करा ही नहीं है. Why is Turkey broker? Since Putin withdrew from the initiative, Erdogan has repeatedly pledged to renew arrangements that help avoid a food crisis in part of Africa. The Middle East and Asia, the Turkish president has maintained close ties to Putin during the 18-month war in Ukraine. Turkey hasn't joined Western sanctions against Russia following its invasion, emerging as a main trading partner and logistical hub for Russian overseas trade. एर्दोगान एक अलग डिप्लोमेसी पे चल रहा है इस समय, ठीक है. ये एन के सिंह सर का इंटरव्यू है, पढ़ लीजिएगा. Foreign portfolio investments hit 4-month low. After pouring a whopping amount into Indian equities in past 3 months, foreign investors have slowed down. Foreign portfolio investors. आज के लिए इतनी रखते हैं. That's all for today. Thanks for giving your precious time and have a very, very nice day.